Hello everyone and welcome back to another Misfits Racing League circuit guide. Of course, this time around, Mikcow taking you for a lap and an in-depth look at Hanoi, the newest circuit to the F1 grid. It is the Vietnam Grand Prix this Thursday for MRL Racing Action. Info in the description, of course. Take it away, Mikcow.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another circuit guide video. This week we are around the streets of Hanoi for round 3 of the Misfits Racing League Championship. So across the start finish straight now, DRS wide open heading down towards turn 1. You want to be braking right at the 100 meter board, going all the way down into second gear. And you want to be placing your car over the curbing. It's going to bounce a little bit, but just trying to keep it as stable as you can. And then for turn 2, you want to get over the curbing here like so, just to really maximize the track as much as you can. And now this turn 2 and turn 3 is very hard to get right. Reminds me of the turns 1 and 2 at Shanghai, which we'll be going to next week. You want to bring the car all the way out wide. This first white line on the right hand side of the screen now is actually the pit lane exit. So you have to be careful of cars coming out of the pit lane because they'll be coming a whole lot faster than you will be around this corner. But through turn 2, you want to keep the car as wide as you can, trying to spot that late apex. For turn 3, avoiding the inside curb there, and then for turn 4, you're going to ride your car over the curb here like so. Now when you're going at speed, it can be very easy to unsettle the car when you're trying to go over this curbing. So it's very important that you try and keep the car as straight as possible to maximize your speed for the next DRS zone, but also not to put too much power down if you are on the curb like so. So it's very raised, and going at that speed, you have a high chance of spinning and heading straight for the walls. So then heading through turn 5 completely flat at speed, it can be very hard to keep it flat and avoid the wall without putting in too much steering input. So it's very important that you would avoid that right hand wall. This is where the DRS detection point is. So flat out down the DRS straight. Now you approach turn 6. So for turn 6, the braking point you want is to be just before the 100 meter board. No, you can't really see it because of my rear view mirror, but there. So it's around here that you want to be on the brakes. If I back up a little bit further, you can see the marshal post there, where the virtual flags are. So yeah, just before the 100 meter board. Going down the gears, third gear for this first part, and you really want to use all of the curbing here and just hopping over it like so. The game won't invalidate your lap time if you just cut across the ripple strip here like so, because you'll still have wheels within the track limits. But yeah, that's turns 6 and 7. Turn 8 is very hard. You're keeping it in second gear, short shifting up to third to prevent the wheel spin. You just want to take as late of an apex as you can, and it's very important to avoid this this inside curb here, because if you were to accelerate here, you're going to compromise your exit for the one of the longest straights in F1. So turn 8 is all about the exit. You want to get the car as straight as you can, as quickly as you can for the back straight. Turn 9 completely flat. Again, it's all about getting the car in as straight of a line as possible for this very long back straight. And when I say it's long, I mean it's really long. DRS opening about halfway through turn 10. Nice little right hand sweep. Keep the car as close to the right hand side as you can. And now you're here for the hardest braking zone on the circuit for turn 11. So turn 11, the braking point it's just as this outside curbing starts. So around here, which is about 75 to 80 meters, you want to slam on the brakes. Brake as in as straight of a line as you can to avoid, unbalancing the car and locking up. All the way down to first gear. I've seen some other drivers use second or even third, but I personally just prefer first gear, and then you short shift on the exit, trying to avoid this exit curbing, because if you get on that exit curbing, it's going to compromise your exit. You're going to get a whole lot of wheel spin, and it's just going to unsettle the car. So you want to avoid the exit curbing if you can. And then turn 12 here, it's completely flat, not really even a corner at this point. On the power as we head towards sector 3. Now for turn 13, you want to be braking right as, just like the previous corner to turn 11, previous braking zone I should say. You want to be braking as soon as that outside ripple strip starts. So about here you're going to be slamming on the brakes all the way down into third gear. You want to take all of this curb on the apex and then let the car drift out and just carry as much speed as you can through the terrifying S section. So this is another Beckett's clone, that can also be found at Kota. But this one has walls either side, so there is no room for error. There's only one line through here, so I definitely wouldn't recommend going side by side in this section of track. But it's very technical, but it's very, very satisfying when you get it right. So turn 14, completely flat. Just want to keep the car in as straight of a line as you can. Same for turn 15, just kissing that curbing. Then turn 16, 17, just completely flat. Turn 18, missing that inside curbing, because that can unsettle the car at high speed. So you have to remember that, even though I'm going this slowly here, you'll see that you're going all the way up to 7th gear in this section of track. It's absolutely terrifying, or thrilling, whichever way you want to look at it. But then for turn 19, it's the first time where you want to downshift and tap the brakes just a little bit, and you want to just really hug that inside wall to open up turn 20 as much as you can, just carrying all the speed that you can. Turn 20, again, riding over the curves, using the extra bit of tarmac available. And then you want to do the same thing for turn 21. Like so. Because then you're going to use more of the track here, carry more speed. Curb isn't going to unsettle you too much, and then you arrive at turn number 22. So it's very hard to spot your braking point. I typically do it around 20 to 30 meters before this ripple strip on the right hand side starts. So I know it's a very strange braking point, but it's super hard to spot any sort of reference. You could maybe use the reference there on the left hand side. You'd see just a tiny bit of red as that ripple strip is ending past the pit entries. But yeah, turn 22 all the way down to 2nd gear, and you just want to really get as much rotation as you can. Very hard apex to actually get right all of the time, but you just want to make sure you get a good exit, short shifting up to 3rd to minimize the wheel spin before we head to, in my opinion, is the hardest corner on the entire circuit, turn 23. Now for this corner, you want to be able to open it up as much as you can, so you have to get super close to the wall on this right hand side to open it up. As you're accelerating, you're going to be taking this in 5th gear. There's no margin for error whatsoever. Very hard to spot your turn-in point, and you want to just use literally every single inch of the track remaining. You'll be going so fast it'll be really hard to avoid this wall here on the right hand side on the start finish straight, but hopefully you've survived that lap. DRS wide open, then just coming across the line right now. So that is 1 lap around the streets of Hanoi. First time we're going to be here in F1. Unfortunately, the real life GP was cancelled, so we'll have to wait until next year to see how the real F1 drivers and the real F1 cars handle this insanely challenging track. But I hope this guide was helpful for you. Be sure to check out the 2 tiers that we have running on Thursdays at 3:15 and 5:15 p.m. CDT, and link will be in the description below. And yeah, I'll now show you the hot lap at full speed. Until next time, this is me, Mikcow, and I'll see you next time.
Well, that wraps up that circuit guide around Hanoi. Of course, here is the setup that Mikcow used in the video. Time trial setup, of course, that you can use and tweak to your liking. And of course, next week, check back for the in-depth guide for China. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the racing action, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing for more great racing. Of course, you can check us out on Twitch. Every Thursday we have Racing Then, and we're going to have a lot more coming to you soon. Twitter, where you can find all of our updates, and Discord if you're interested in becoming a part of the Misfits community. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.